Hey, you listen to Nothing's Off the Table, the podcast with no subjects too taboo to discuss. If you don't like it, why don't you take your ass somewhere else?
Yeah, I know they all look alike.
No, they don't.
And the Earth is...
Flat. Flat.
The Earth is flat.
My reality, my senses tell me that the Earth is flat and stationary.
Everybody here can agree on absolutely one thing, which is it is not a globe.
So you're saying that when far-right groups come here and throw demonstrations and have their rallies, they don't necessarily have to throw the first punch in order for you to react violently?
The purpose of these groups in coming to Portland is to attack people.
God hates America, vile land of the sodomite damned, the most ungrateful and the most arrogant anti-God nation that ever existed.
Enter the Phelps Clan and other followers of the Westboro Baptist Church in Topeka, Kansas, who've become infamous for picketing the funerals of gay people with signs that carry slogans like, God hates fags.
What's up? What's up, everybody? Thank you for joining another episode of Nothing's Off the Table. And tonight, our guest is Mark Ritorto. Mark, welcome to the show. I'll give a quick, brief introduction. You are an author. You are a martial artist. You are a composer, I believe, if I saw that correctly. And welcome.
Hey guys, how you doing?
Doing good. How you doing over there, Vinny?
Good, man. Good. I'm over here in Town Hall with His Honor Rail.
Oh yeah. I forgot about that. His honor. Or somebody's honor, or somebody, I don't know. Anyway,
your grace will suffice.
Very well. Carry on then. Yeah, welcome to the show. So, Mark, first and foremost, I want to talk about, of course, because it's near and dear to my heart, jiu-jitsu. So let's talk a little bit about jiu-jitsu. How long you been doing jiu-jitsu?
I actually started like in the late 90s.
Mm-hmm.
Like a little bit before the first UFC came out.
Oh, nice.
Just by coincidence, I was taking karate in the Homedale area, New Jersey, under the guy. His name was Ray Martin. And he wasn't like a typical karate guy. He liked to mix things up. So we did a little judo, a little boxing, and then he started to bring in this new art called Brazilian Jiu Jitsu. And at the time, I liked to be well-rounded. You know, I didn't want to just be able to defend myself on the feet. I wanted to be able to defend myself on the ground.
Right.
So I kind of took it casually on and off. And then when I first saw the UFC, the first one, I was just amazed at how a small little guy was like kicking everybody's ass.
Mm-hmm.
And then, so I just took it from there. So it was probably like the late 90s. Then I had a little bit of an injury. I separated my shoulder around 2003, and then around 2004, my body was just shut down, and I just got busy with the kids and everything. I took like a 6 or 8 year break, and I got back into it when I was like 41, 49 now, and I've been training ever since. So I'm a brown belt now.
Oh, awesome!
Yeah,
it's tough.
Wear and tear on the body.
Oh God, yeah, man, it's tough on the body, and those injuries, they sure as hell don't heal anywhere near as quickly as they did when we were younger.
Oh no, definitely takes me forever to heal.
So are you a regular competitor then, or?
Up to recently, yeah. I did a lot when I was a blue belt. Like when I first came, before I had my first severe injury, I competed a lot when I was a blue belt and a white belt. And then when I came back at the age of 41, I competed a lot. I did the IBJF tournaments. I don't know if you're familiar with those, International Brazilian Jiu Jitsu Federation. I also did a couple of NAGA tournaments. I was a 2-time NAGA silver medalist in the NAGA World Tournaments.
Nice.
Did the Abu Dhabi Pro Jiu Jitsu Trials. Placed in there. So yeah, I did a lot of tournaments. Particularly at the purple level.
Yeah, I competed quite a bit myself. I like you, I've had quite a bit of a hiatus. Now that I moved to St. Louis, I haven't really trained at all since I've been here. But I've competed in Japan, Korea, Philippines, did a lot of the NAGA tournaments, competed in Virginia, all over the place. and really enjoyed it. But I suck. I don't have any good stories to tell, like I came in first or anything like that. But
So when was the last time you trained?
I went to a class, I don't know, 2-3 months ago.
Okay.
Bringing my son. My son came up to me and said, "Daddy, I want to start training." I'm like, "Yes." I had to run in the bathroom, rub one out real quick because I was so excited. And then and I said, "All right, cool, let's go." And we went and checked out this place. But unfortunately, my dad passed last week. So,
okay.
and so we got caught up, with taking care of him, and haven't been able to really go back. But I definitely plan to, because I miss it. It's, as you know, it's more of a lifestyle than it is just going and doing karate a couple times a week. It really gets in your blood.
Yeah, it's very addicting. I mean, I've trained with people that box and done Muay Thai and other various martial arts, but for some reason, jiu-jitsu, everybody that does it is addicted. I mean, you got guys going in there with busted up knees. Their knees are all swollen with water, and they're still on the mats training. They just tape it up and they just keep going.
Yeah, I competed in IBJJF Japan in, I think it was 15 or 16, with a torn meniscus, and I had my buddy of mine's an ER doctor. I just had him tape it up real good. I went out there and competed. Not too smart, but I never claimed to be. But,
yeah.
But it's
it's good though when you get back into it. You can use that as an excuse to get away from your wife.
Yeah.
I got to get out. He's got to train.
Thank God she's not listening to this right now. But I've got the excuse to take the boy. Well, the son wants to train. We got to go.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah, I love it, man. I taught judo for many years. Competed in judo quite a bit. Competed in nationals in judo, and actually broke my ankle in 2013 in the judo national tournament. And I said, "That's it, man. I'm not competing anymore. My competition career is done because I just, I'm a working guy, so I can't go out there and get injured like that." And that was a pretty severe injury. So, but whatever.
I hear you. Judo's tough, man.
But so let's talk about. I've noticed that you've written a couple stories. Novel.
Yeah, basically, how I got into it was at the time, like my youngest. Well, I have 4 daughters, by the way.
Oh, you poor bastard.
My third daughter, Christina, she was writing a book, and I saw her typing away on a computer. I'm like, "What are you doing there?" She's like, "I'm writing a book." I'm like, "Oh, how about you'd be interested in publishing it?" And she's like, "Yeah." So we went ahead and published her book. And after I went through that whole process of publishing her book, I'm like, I kind of remembered I kind of wrote a story 10 years prior to that, and I saved it on my laptop. So I just brushed it off. But when I went back to it, it was like a totally different. I still had some of the main characters in it. There's like a ninja character in there again, because of my love of martial arts or whatever. But at that same time, I was kind of injured. So I had to take my mind off not being able to train jiu-jitsu.
Right.
So that's when I kind of poured my heart and soul into these 2 books. And the first book is called The Kabbalah, the Saga Begins. And it's an action thriller suspense novel. And basically it's around a main character, John Esposito, who's trying to investigate a murder of his friend who just happens to be a U.S. senator. So since it was a big deal, they brought in the FBI, and then he teams up with this other guy named Mark Delfino, who's an FBI agent. And then what they find out that they have a lot in common because of the way the senator was murdered. He was murdered by a secret society called the Kabbalah. And as it turns out, each person that John comes in contact with the investigation was somehow influenced and had their lives changed by the secret organization. Then the second book I wrote was a totally different genre. Still a lot of action and suspense into it, but it's a vampire fantasy novel called Marcus the Vampire. And it's the first book in a series that I'm writing, planning to turn it into a trilogy. It's called the Dark World Chronicles.
Huh.
So what I did with that one is I kind of wanted to give a little bit of a historical lesson when I wrote the book, because it takes place during World War II, when at that time Nazi was overriding in Europe, kind of had a little reign going on there. But what not too many people know is that it's not just Jewish people that he persecuted. He also persecuted a particular ethnic group called the Romanis, which is generally known to the normal population as gypsies. So I figured, hey, gypsies are always, well known and placed in a lot of movies, based on vampires and werewolves. So I'm like, oh, that's a good mix.
Huh.
So basically the story is about an average guy who's a family guy, and he gets captured and put into the concentration camp. And, being that it's a fantasy book, he saves him. He gets saved when he gets killed because he gets turned into a vampire, and that saves him. So the rest of the story goes on where he's trying to protect his only family member left, which is his daughter, from not only the Nazis, but from the other creatures of what I call the dark world, meaning other vampires and werewolves and witches. So it's going to cover a story between him and his daughter and his best friend in the book. And it carries over from World War II and that into the second book will be present day in the 2000s. And then it goes on from there. So, that's pretty much how I got into it. I just had to do something to keep my mind off not being able to train jiu-jitsu. I actually just recently got back into it.
Oh, nice.
After a year layoff. Yeah. I had very bad arthritis in my foot, so I had to get 2 stem cell procedures done.
Damn.
And it's been holding up pretty good. So now it's just the rest of the body. I go back, I strain my wrists. The elbows are a little jacked up, but I'm able to do some kind of training. So I'm kind of happy about that.
Yeah, that's awesome. I find that it's a huge, huge stress reliever. It's I call it mat therapy because there's no therapist in the world that can replace the fact that you can get on a mat and legally choke somebody else out, and they're letting you, or or it's at least legal, and nobody gets arrested afterwards. So there's nothing like that to get out there and beat out all your frustrations, take them out there and be exhausted completely and walk off the mat and everything's right as rain, at least until you get back in the car and get home and deal with the rest of the shit. But so you mentioned the fact that you started writing because you were injured, but where do you find the inspiration for your stories?
Well, the first one, the Kabbalah, was originally supposed to be, just like typical, stereotypical martial arts theme, like you see in the 80s, like the master gets killed or whatever, and the student avenges the master. But when I revisited it, I changed it. I had a friend at the time. Well, he's still suffering from cancer. So what I did is I kind of changed the idea around. I was like, all right, I want to solve the murder as if in real life I'm trying to figure out, how did my friend get cancer and how is he struggling with dealing with it?
Mm-hmm.
So I changed for perspective to correlate what he was going through when I was going through with him to how I can solve this murder. And then I took other avenues and put other characters into it so that each character can be spun off into a different book. And, and could be combined and have its own series as well down the line. So in the book, while he's trying to solve the murder of his friend and he finds out about the secret society, he finds out that they also have a terrorist plot. So, there's a little, I don't want to say the characters become kind of like heroes, because they're saving the world from a terrorist plot that's going on by the secret society. So that's how I came up with the idea with that one. Now, with the vampire book, that was a little bit more about me, how, I didn't know if I can go back to jiu-jitsu or, what am I going to be doing with the rest of my life if I couldn't do jiu-jitsu? Mm-hmm. So here I am trying to get this character and trying to see how he's going to do a change. And his change, he's going from going to a concentration camp, getting tortured, seeing certain people that he knows killed in a concentration camp, and then he becomes a vampire, which is like the big change. So I guess you can correlate that to me being, all right, a guy who's been doing jiu-jitsu for, pretty much forever, at least 3 or 4 days a week, to like nothing. I'm sitting on the couch doing nothing.
Right.
So that's pretty much how I get it. I just put a little twist on it. And, I also take elements of what I really like with the Kabbalah. I like spy movies. I like action, thriller, and suspense movies, like Jason Bourne and stuff like that. So I put the elements in there. And then with the vampire books, I always like, vampire movies. I love Blade. I love Underworld. I just love that stuff. So I figured, let me just throw that into the genre. So that's pretty much how I come up with my inspiration to write my stories. I just take elements from what's going on, and then I just put it on paper. And then, I don't know, certain things just come to me when I write. Like, I do have an outline, but you can have an outline, but you can still got to fill in the spaces. You can have like a 2-page outline, but somehow you still got to turn that into 300 or 400 or 500-page book. So a lot of times as I'm writing, the certain scenes just kind of like come to me.
So let me ask you, because I'm actually writing a book right now.
Okay.
Do you write in order, or do you kind of jump around? So do you go, all right, I'm going to start the book here, and I'm going to just keep writing in order of the book? Or do you get to a point where like, oh, I just had an idea pop into my head. Let me write that part of it now, and I can put it in whatever order the book I want to later?
For the first 2 books, especially the vampire one, I said, all right, I wanted to have a trilogy. So I wrote the outline. Still working on the outline for the 3rd part of it, but I put together an outline, and as I write, if there's any changes, major changes, I just added comments to my outline.
Got it.
But the spaces in between, I mean, can't have, meticulous detailed outline. It's just like, all right, here's the opening scene, blah, 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 what goes on, and then what happens next. And then I just take it from there. So I try to write in a particular order, but sometimes things do get changed. And then I just like make notes and add it to the outline. Like if I change like a particular scene, or, like if the guy is like now in Germany, but then I change my mind. Oh, he's in France. He's doing this, doing that. Or if he's like, fighting with a guy on top of a roof, I'll put the ad in there. But the general specifics, that I would say, as I write along, that's how it happens.
Now, do you have a publisher, or do you self-publish through like Amazon?
We self-publish, me and my daughter. Right now our books are on Amazon and Barnes and Noble, but I don't know if you said you're working on a book. I don't know if you've ever published a book before, but what we do is for the ebooks and the audiobooks, we go exclusive with Amazon, because not only can you make money on the sale, but if a person's enrolled in Kindle Unlimited or Audible, as part of their subscription, they're entitled to read an X amount of books per month, pretty much almost unlimited. So as each page gets read, we also get paid.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
That's good.
And so that's what we do with the ebooks and the audiobooks. The paperbacks are also on barnesandnoble.com. And the hardcover books, because in order to make some kind of money, it would be cost prohibitive to put it on Barnes and Noble.
Sure.
Or Amazon. We just went through a company called Lulu, but we just sell it through our website, which is RitortoFamilyBooks.com.
So how I'm really interested and curious in this. How did you get them paperback form? And,
well, if you go through, for which one, Amazon or Barnes and Noble,
or however you get how do you go through? Is there like a separate company you pay so much and you have so many copies of paperback editions that come out? Or
no, it's called print on demand. So if you go to Amazon, you enroll in the KDP program, you sign up, you upload your document either in Word format or PDF, and then it takes you through the wizard, and you got to play around, decide You know, if you get a file, a JPEG file for your book cover, or you can use their templates, and then it just takes you through the process. So Amazon can do both ebooks and paperbacks.
Okay.
Barnes & Noble can do ebooks and paperbacks. And they even got aggregators if you just want to do ebooks, but they just take a pretty much a good percentage. So it's better to go direct. Plus with Amazon, if you do ebooks, you get part of the money when people read it. But if you go with Draft to Digital is one, or Smashwords, you can use them and they'll distribute your book to everywhere, like iTunes, Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Google Play, and some other websites. But for the paperback, they don't do that. So you got to go through a company like either the one we use is called Lulu.com, and you upload the manuscript, and then they can push that hardcover book to Barnes & Noble, Amazon, and some other websites. But like I said, the cost per book is so expensive. I mean, unless you're like a well-known author, no one's really going to pay that amount. So that's why the hardcover, we just sell it exclusively on our website.
Got it.
Andy mainly has to stick to hardcover because he writes pop-up scratch and sniff pornography books. So we've agonized. I'm a tester. He basically sends me the books. We've agonized on how to maybe get this out in paperback, but the paperback book that he sent to me to test, inexplicably, it's by day 3, it just stuck together like a brick, and so what? Yeah, I think we're gonna have to go. But I actually have a serious question for Mark. How far in advance do you have your books planned out? Like you're on book 3 now?
Yeah, it's not like you write it and say, all right, I want to be done by December of this year.
No, that's not like that, but like, do you have in your head book 3, book 4, and book 5, or just kind of like go one at a time and connect them as you write them?
For the vampire series, I pretty much have the outline for 1 and 2. I have to finagle the 3rd one. I have an idea as to what I want to do. I just haven't gotten back to the outline yet because I'm trying to write the sequel to Kabbalah. Now that one, what I did is I came up with a bunch of ideas and I just asked family members like which plot I should say they liked better. And I just take that idea and now I'm trying to write the outline. I'm still in the process of writing the outline for that. But for the vampire book, I did have, I wanted to have a trilogy. So the first book is obviously the origin story. The second book is kind of like in between. Something happens to him at the end of the first book, and when he wakes up, his whole world is turned around. And the third book, he's going to be reacquainted, not so much with his daughter, but with his granddaughter in the future. And, that's pretty much where I think it's going to end, right there. But for the Kabbalah, I mean, there's just so many different avenues I can do because of the characters in it. I mean, you have in the story, the members who are under investigation, they have the opportunity to join another secret group that the government has that fights terrorists. So I can go that way, that they join that group and they go through training and they have their own adventures with that group. You got Mark Delfino, who's an FBI agent. He could be spun off and he could have his own adventures. And then you got John Esposito, who's a local DC cop, and he can have his own adventures. And then you got the ninja character who's constantly trying to avenge and kill his brother because of what his brother did to him and what the Kabbalah did to him. So you can always have those characters going back and forth. There could be continuation. There could always be like a cliffhanger.
So you mentioned that you sell the hardback or the hardcover books on your website. What is your website for those that want to go check it out?
It's www.ritortofamilybooks.com. That's RITOR, T as in Tom, O. And you go there and you'll see like 2 books on the first page, but you just go right to the book section and you'll see a listing of all our books, and you can choose whether you want to buy it from Amazon, whether you want to buy paperback, audio books, want to buy it from Barnes & Noble. And if you click on the store link, that'll take you to where you can buy swag like Ritorto Family Books, hoodies, We got baseball caps and T-shirts based on some of the books that we've written. And there's even a way that you can buy an autograph book of the Kabbalah signed by me in paperback version.
Well, you ruined that. I was going to ask who signed it, but you ruined that for me. But,
yeah, Andy sells swag for his books too, but we're legally not allowed to give the website out.
It's www.vinny'smomshouse.com. Everybody's always coming in there. Anyway, so I'm curious, what do you do for a living?
I work in IT security, believe it or not.
Okay.
Yeah, I started out as a tech guy about 20 years ago. And then I got into the IT security side of things. So there's a little bit of that in the books as well. So one of the characters in the Cabal works in the CSI, and she's got, a little cybersecurity experience.
Okay. How do you feel about conspiracies? I'm kidding. Don't answer that. It's a little inside show joke there. No, that's great, man. I'm super happy that you're getting back into training again. For people that have never trained jiu-jitsu, it's so hard to explain it to someone. The fact that it's not just going to a class a couple of times a week. It really gets into your blood. It really, it consumes you. I can get on YouTube and go down the rabbit hole watching jiu-jitsu videos all night long. And I really encourage everyone, if you haven't tried it and you're looking into getting into something, get into jiu-jitsu, because inevitably most fights end up on the ground. I don't know the percentage. And you can be the greatest striker in the world. You can be the top kickboxer in the world. But if you get taken down and you don't know what you're doing on the ground, then you're done.
Exactly.
There's my pitch for jiu-jitsu. So go out and train. I had the opportunity. It was awesome. I got to do not only a seminar with Master Pedro Sauer, but a podcast with him. That was awesome. And I had the opportunity to drink several adult beverages with him afterwards too.
No way.
I know, shocking.
Say it ain't so.
It ain't so. But that was a great experience. And what a down to earth guy that guy is, man. And he's about 150, 160 pounds. And he looks like your average Joe, and he could jack you up pretty quick. You know what I mean? In fact, there's a video out there on YouTube somewhere that they were on vacation somewhere. I don't remember where it was, but this homeless guy reached up and groped his daughter, and he put this dude in a wrist lock, and was basically making this guy beg and cry right there.
Wow.
Yeah, wrong family, pal. Nice try. But
yeah.
So how much success have you had with the books? Obviously, you're doing pretty good if you've got swag.
Yeah, we're doing pretty good. I mean, we're still kind of new to the game.
Mm-hmm.
But I would say, my daughter's building her own fan base as well.
Oh, that's awesome.
Because she's doing what she does is she writes books and she builds up the series. Mm-hmm. So my philosophy is that if people keep following her now, she's only 11.
Right.
And she keeps writing the same series, they'll kind of grow up with her as she grows up and matures. Mm-hmm. But yeah, we're doing pretty good. I mean, I'm not James Patterson or Stephen King here. I always be talking to you in Malibu Beach, sitting in the hot tub, smoking a cigar.
If you were James Patterson, you would be fucking talking to us at all.
True story. Anyway.
Mark, real quick, as a writer, you said you like to start with an outline. I just have one question. How many sticks of chalk would it take to outline Vinny? or would you just recommend a spray paint can?
I would go with the spray paint can.
All right.
or cans. I think you can maybe even get Department of Transportation involved on that and get them trucks out there and spray paint around them. You know what? I just noticed. Vinny, you're not wearing a Carhartt shirt tonight.
No, sir. No, I am not.
You did your laundry again or what?
I did.
Holy
shit. I'm on a roll 2 weeks in a row.
It's fucking November already.
Yeah. Christmas. I gotta get my Christmas attire. I gotta get my Carhartt dress-up attire ready for Christmas Eve.
That's I like how you said you're on a roll. Is that when you're leaving to go to the truck? Or are you rolling into the studio or the shedio as they will?
No, I have a pack of jelly rolls in my back pocket.
I don't believe that because you ate them fuckers on the way in.
I was gonna say you spelled "had" wrong.
Well, hey, Mark, it's been great having you on the show, and I'd like to talk to you some more offline. But real quick, one more time before we let you go, give us your website address again, and if anybody is interested, go out there and check out his stuff, his swag, his books. I'm sure you can check them out on Amazon as well. But one more time with your website.
Yes, it's www.ritortofamilybooks.com. That's RITORTO.
Awesome. And I will I'll send you a link to the podcast when we're all done. And and on the page I'll put your website up as well. So if anybody wants to and they're not paying attention like they normally don't, then they can go back to the page and find it there. But
right.
Hey buddy, thanks so much for coming on, and I will hit you up here later and we'll go from there.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Thanks for coming on, bud. Be
yeah,
good.
man, we appreciate it.
Take care.
So that brings me to Vinny.
Oh boy.
Yeah, what's going on, Vinny?
Nothing. It's been a busy week and a half, but it's a good thing. Can't complain.
Yeah. You crushing more dreams or what?
Crushing more dreams.
Building more dreams, or what are we doing here?
Crushing them.
Is that when you walk onto the project, or is that
exactly?
Oh, okay.
Exactly.
Cool. We had JTF right before this, and it was an outstanding show tonight. Bit came on with the story, and he talked about this Vietnam veteran who was basically shot down on his last mission in the war and was captive for 6 years, I believe he said. And through the story that we were talking about, he brought up some great ideas that got me thinking a little bit. And I want to do a Nothing's Off the Table sponsored care package for the troops. Obviously, I haven't put a lot of thought into it yet, but I want to do something for them and through Nothing's Off the Table. So I will put something up later on the page. But anybody that's listening that wants to donate something to send to our troops that are still in Afghanistan and still, seeing Rail trying to walk through the camera and everything, can donate and send that to us. That would be fantastic. Now I know, Vinny, you normally like to do things like blow up sheep and things like that, but let's not do any of that this time. So
disappointing.
I know.
But I'll go with that.
Well, I'm glad. Thank you so much for your fucking support.
I always got your.
Hey, where did Rail go?
He just walked out.
Okay.
Rail stepped out for a moment.
Oh, okay.
But Mark is still on cam.
Yeah. Mark, if you want to hit the X at the top of the screen, you'll bounce out, and I'll fill your shoes.
Yeah.
All right.
You probably don't want
All right,
to take any more of this.
Thanks, buddy.
Appreciate you. Anyway.
Screen's gonna get a little messed up for a second.
That's all right. But yeah, so that's kind of what I was thinking. Ooh. And he had this story that he told that he had this young airman that told him about this package that she got in the mail when she was deployed, and it was just a little thing of soil, like potting soil, and some grass seeds. And so she put that in a shoebox cover and grew grass because there's no grass in Afghanistan. So it's just like a little reminder of home, Yeah,
no, that's really cool. I think it's a good thing. Just to kind of sidecar onto that, if anybody is listening from the Hemlock Farms community up here in Northeast Pennsylvania, we are doing a toy drive for the Zipper Junction project. So If anybody listening is from Hemlock Farms, check it out on the Real Hemlock Farms group on Facebook, and hopefully we get a lot of participation with that as well.
Yeah, I mean, I would just like to do something. I've been deployed so many times, and occasionally I've gotten a package from, always from home. But when you get something from a complete stranger, it really drives home that you're remembered, and that folks back home are thinking about you, and that, hey, what you're doing is a good thing. So,
yeah, no, that's awesome. Anyway, Vinny can help. Vinny will help.
Excellent. So just start spreading the word, my friend.
I will.
Just like you do that peanut butter on all them damn sandwiches.
Yeah, sandwiches. You spelled penis wrong.
Touche. Anyway, so I saw something in the news that really piqued Steezo's interest. Yeah, see that? So I guess there was a law that was brought up. I don't know if it was before the Senate or the House or whatever, but it was for the legalization, federal legalization of marijuana.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the legalization of sodomizing cows in Kentucky.
I think that's legal already there.
I think it is too. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is.
I'm moving to Kentucky.
I'm pretty sure that is legal here now.
Yeah. Now, shit. Has it ever been illegal? Wow. I don't know what that was. But yeah, so that's going to be very interesting. And I just wonder, number one, if it goes through, and correct me if I'm wrong, Steezo, that the bill also proposes to remove it from a Schedule 1.
Yeah, even if they take it off the Schedule 1 list, I mean that's a huge fucking that's a huge leap. Because Schedule 1 narcotic is meth, cocaine, heroin, you know, all the fucking bad shit that you don't want, and it's been fucking medical for a long time. So yeah, it's a huge step right there. I mean, it still has to go through the fucking Senate and all that stuff. So, and Mitch McConnell, I believe, has the ultimate say on it.
Oh Jesus.
Yeah.
So
and he's not a proponent, so.
No, but you know, Schedule 1 is a narcotic that's classed as no medical benefit whatsoever.
Right.
So,
and it's proven to be medicinally helpful.
Right. So if we could at least get it off of that schedule, then we'd be doing pretty good.
Yeah.
And I think it would set a pretty big precedent.
Oh, for sure.
Pretty much all the states have decriminalized it anyways. It's just a ticket now and a slap on the wrist or whatever. It's a moneymaker. It's like alcohol. It's like it's
right.
As it should be.
And we've had this discussion before that, you know, it's far less dangerous and damaging than alcohol. But we don't need to rehash that old story again.
No.
I would be super happy for everybody out there that uses it medicinally if it passes. And you know, for those that use it recreationally, hey, even better, I guess. But
yeah, here in like Northeast Pennsylvania, we have a big concern about people who get their medical marijuana card could be subject to losing their concealed carry permit,
right?
And possibly, you know, when they're filling out the 4473 form, you know, now there's a question on there that could disqualify you if you answer it honestly. If you answer it dishonestly, technically it's a felony. So it's kind of a jam.
Yeah, and you know, just like everything else, there's loopholes. We talked about that as well. You know, are you using illegal drugs? Well, technically, no. If you have your medical marijuana card, you're not using it illegal. You know, get you a good sleazy lawyer and you get out of that shit, I'm sure. And who doesn't need a good sleazy lawyer every now and then? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
But, you know, the other thing I wanted to bring up, of course, I'm sure it's huge news. Everybody's seen it already with the whole Epstein thing, that they arrested 2 of the jail workers.
Yes.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't we say a week or 2 ago that you watch, there's going to be another major shooting or some kind of catastrophe that's going to divert Rail? For those that can't see, Rail's just trying to give us the fuck you sign with his fingers and his butthole.
No, that's the racist sign.
Oh, that's right. We did talk about that too. That's the racist sign. I always thought it was okay, but whatever. But yeah, so here we go. We had a shooting, and then it's diversion and conspiracies, as we've said many times, can go way crazy, but conspiracies are a real thing, and the government has in the past done shit.
Don't say that. Don't.
I know. I'm fucking it up already, but my whole point is that we called it and it happened. It's almost like clockwork now. You can predict it.
Yep.
And then the two. Go ahead, Vinny.
Unfortunately for the left-wing media, they can't really capitalize too much on the Oklahoma Walmart shooting because
right.
That quite inconveniently was stopped by an armed citizen.
Yeah, how about
that one just got flushed.
Yeah.
Well, and the dude turned his pistol on himself too.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But yeah, and the people I feel bad for right now are the two correctional officers that were arrested because they're scapegoats.
Oh yeah. They're just hanging them out to dry.
Well, for sure.
Kill themselves.
So I don't understand is everybody knows Epstein didn't kill himself.
Mm-hmm.
So how could they have caused him an opportunity to kill himself?
Yeah, that's a good legal offense. Strong work, my friend.
I mean,
I was up all night.
They've got the memes to fucking prove it.
Yeah. Yes. That's right. That's evidence right there. Clearly.
If the noose don't fit, you must have quit.
Or is it the memes? If the memes don't fit, you must have quit. But yeah, so those are the two big things that really, really caught my eye. Now, have you guys been following any of this this circus that's going on now with this impeachment BS?
Where they've brought nothing to the table yet?
Yeah, nothing's off the table.
No.
Wait, what?
Yeah. Where the Democrats have it's been he said, she said, hearsay bullshit.
Right.
It's been a lot of no, that's not what I said. That's not what I wrote. I can't remember. Yeah, the typical Democrat bullshit. Yeah.
Yeah, I watched it actually for 2 hours last night, and at the end I realized I was watching DGen X.
Who just so happens to be on the air Tuesdays and Thursday nights on Lose the Radio on network on Facebook. But yeah, I watched a little bit. I haven't been following it a whole lot, but I don't remember the senator's name because, like I said, I haven't been paying a whole lot of attention. But they keep bringing up these accusations of bribery and whatnot. And he had this stack of papers on the desk about this high of 10 witness statements. And he said
the word bribery was in it one time.
Yeah.
Yeah. They switched from Yep, they switch from all this. They go from one fucking rhetoric to the other. It's this. Oh, we can't get him on that. So now it's bribery. Oh, we can't get him on bribery. It's fucking, he played green light, red light wrong. He fucking went on fucking red, man.
Yeah. What I love about this show, I already mentioned the two things earlier, but what I really, really love is each week that we do this show, I think we get put on a different watch list. There's nothing better than that.
Yeah, I'm not even going to bother trying to fly anywhere after fucking doing this show.
Right. Just drive. Thank God we don't have borders at each state, like the Gestapo and papers, please. May I see your papers?
What I love the most about what's going on in the country these days with the fucking circus that we're talking about and stuff is a complete lack of self-awareness on the left. They just don't realize that this self-righteous arrogance got him elected the first time, and now they're just doubling down.
Right.
And I think they're, I don't want to be too overconfident, but I think they're secure in a second term.
You think they're secure? Dude, if you thought 2016 was a landslide, I think 2020 is going to fucking, it's going to blow people's minds.
I agree with you 100%. But I always leave that wild card in the back because the Republicans are really good at fucking shooting themselves in the foot.
Well,
but,
not only that, but the Democrats are very good at cheating as well.
Right.
Stuffing the ballots, if you will.
I'm just waiting that now that my dad has died to find out when he actually votes for the Democrats. Too soon? It's never too soon.
Never.
4 times.
4 times, yeah.
They
in 4 different states.
Found, this is actually kind of an old story. But they found a 200-year-old mummified monk that is in such pristine condition that they believe that I guess the monks believe that he is actually in a state of between life and death. He's not completely dead. Upon hearing about this, the Democrats have registered him to vote, and he is now ready and willing and able to vote in the next election.
What I really would love to see, and before you shit all over me for saying this, I want Trump to come out and be against the Second Amendment.
Oh yeah, that was locking off fucking police. That would be it.
It'd be the first time in history that the Democrats would come out and say no. Pro-QA.
We'll have 50-state reciprocity, constitutional carry.
It'd be amazing, simply amazing. You're falling into my trap once again. So I found out some rather kind of upsetting news yesterday. I got a call. So in the Navy, the people that write your orders and send you places and things like that are called detailers. And I got a call from my detailer, and she told me, she says, we're probably going to deny your retirement request.
Why?
Because when I accepted my commission in the Navy, you have to do 10 years as a commissioned officer in order to be eligible to retire as an officer, regardless of how many total years I have. Well, when I'm requesting to retire, I'll have I'll have 7 months shy of 10 years. So I put in a waiver request for that. And the way she was telling me is that Congress no longer has, or the Navy no longer has the ability to waive that 10 years because this was it's a congressional thing that they put in there. So you have to do the 10 years as a commissioned officer. But the bright side of that is that with only 7 months left until I hit that 10-year mark as an officer, they are probably what's going to happen, and I feel sorry for everybody for this. They're going to send me to recruiting school and, make me a recruiter and then just keep me here in the area. So plus and minuses to both. The plus side is I'll still be drawing full pay and benefits.
Yeah, and you can float the last 7 months.
Yeah, and
now, do you have to redo all the exit classes and stuff that you were doing?
Yeah, unfortunately, I have to redo all those. But you know what?
I'll be getting some more traffic phone calls on your 60-mile ride.
Yeah, no shit. That's no shit, 60 miles each way. But, then again, that's cool too, because that's another week away from the job.
Yeah.
And
that sucks.
Yeah.
But looking at the bright side, that's nice.
Yeah. It's not official yet. It still has to run its course through, the channels and whatnot. But she said, expect that it's probably going to get denied. So
bastards.
Yeah.
I was going to talk about my shitty morning, but man.
Well, go ahead. Go ahead. That's not necessarily a bad thing, Looking at it, as long as I'm staying in the area, it's okay because I'll still be around to help out, my mom. And
7 more months, a good job, good career.
Yeah, which will put me on a total of 32 years, and which will bump me up to 78% by 75% of base pay for retirement.
Yeah, and it's not like you're 2 Big Macs away from a massive fucking heart attack.
True story.
You'd probably have to get the large fries too.
Yeah, king size. Oh wait, is that Burger King or? whatever. Anyway, and you would know. You're a man of experience.
Absolutely.
So tell me about your shitty morning.
Well,
you woke up.
I woke up alive. That started it out fucking bad.
I'm working on that toe trigger for you, Vinny.
Thanks. I know Stizos has a cat. Rail, I think, has cats or a cat. Andy, do you have a dog?
No.
I am a dog owner. I'm a big proponent for dogs. I love animals. I love dogs. But I just get annoyed when people just discourteous. So I'm fucking sound asleep under Lopez's fucking window. And it's like 6:45, almost 7 o'clock in the morning.
It's a weird name for someone's dog, though.
Hey.
Quit playing with your freaking cord over there, would you?
Oh, sorry. I can't see myself because Rail has a window open, so I can't see myself. So anyway, I'm sound asleep under Lopez's window. I wake up to the sound of fucking dogs barking their fucking asses off down the street from Linda Lopez. Now, I wake up in a start. Now I realize I'm freezing. Obviously, some fucking bear must have came by and started pawing at me because my pants were around my ankles. And now fucking Lopez is screaming out the window in Spanish at these fucking dogs. I'm trying to cover myself in leaves. But I don't get people who let their dogs out 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning. They bark at every fallen leaf. And but luckily we have Mr. Roy Romano. I'm going to get him on the job. He's involved in the particular area where Miss Lopez lives, and he's going to take care of this problem for me. A little rat poison and steak, and clean this up. But yeah, it was. I just. It was not a pleasant way to wake up.
Or, I'm sure there's a Chinese restaurant or two around you.
There's one. Dog is on the menu, I'm sure.
Have you ever eaten dog?
I have not. I
actually have.
All my dogs are male.
So you sucked a couple off then, is what you're saying.
It's not eating, though. It was a specific question. I gave you a specific answer.
So when I was in the Philippines in the early 90s, they threw a party for us and had all this awesome food out there and everything. And I'm just chowing down on this meat. And I was like, God, man, this is pretty good. What is this? And they said dog. And I started laughing. And they're like, no, really, look. And they had the carcass over there. And I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ. And I am a dog lover too. So it was as much as
with hot sauce or just a little soy sauce?
Yeah, both. It's like a soy sauce marinade. And
I prefer peanut butter with my dog.
So does your dog.
Yeah, I was gonna say you prefer peanut butter for your dog.
Whatever.
With,
semantics.
With, yeah.
It's all semantics at this point.
I guess it could be with. But yeah, that was I hate to admit it, but it wasn't bad. But yeah, anyway, and then I became a full-fledged member of PETA. People eating tasty animals.
Yeah, thank God.
Had you worried there for a second, didn't I?
Yeah, really, my heart skipped a beat.
Another one?
I felt this kind of flutter since I ate breakfast.
That's not skipping a beat, Vinny. That's a heart attack. Don't be afraid to use your life alert.
Could you do me a favor? Just mark it down on the board next to my Carhartt shirt history. I'm trying to keep track.
The sad thing is Vinny's life alert doesn't go to 911. It goes to the fucking tow truck operator. Or the forklift.
I tried to get connected to McDonald's, but they wouldn't do it for me.
I'm not monitoring the comments, Stizo. So hopefully you are, or somebody is, because I'm not. But we do have the phone lines open, don't we?
They are open, yes.
I think we do, yeah. So
I mean, the number's up there. I hope.
Yeah, it is.
I hope we're not false advertising. Like when we hashtag funny on this show.
Right.
Yeah.
859-667-4245 is the number if you want to call in and share your dog story or any other story that you have something not to really contribute to the show.
I'm trying to figure out how to leave a goddamn group message because God motherfucking damn it. Jesus fuck. Nothing makes me more fucking mad than people messaging me during a fucking show.
Wow, that's good to know.
Sorry.
Yeah, well, now that we got that out of your system.
I'm just going to slowly close down the group message here.
No, it's not that one. It's not that one.
But you were about to say something, Vinny.
The studio is looking really good. And I understand you have a little set of freedom doors over there you would need hung.
Yeah. So we're going to get French doors in here to close it off. And unfortunately, being the season that it is coming upon us, it's going to take us a while to get them in from Lowe's or the Evil Orange Empire.
So you're putting French doors up?
Yeah.
See, if you would have got the Jewish doors, they're like Epstein. They wouldn't have hung themselves. So
yeah, my French doors just run away.
Yeah, then you can open up the Jewish doors and throw a pizza in there and get it cooked.
Oh,
one on the top, one on the bottom. Jewish bunk beds. Huzzing!
Ow!
Oh my God! Rail leaves the Shedio and it just fucking it goes crazy.
That's when the funny comes out, huh?
Yeah,
I'm detecting a theme here.
Oh, Rail's not in there. You're unsupervised again.
I am unsupervised.
Oh shit!
So our guest that we had on, I was actually
he was a cool dude, Mark.
Yeah, I was very interested to hear
rigatoni or something.
Yeah, no, that's Vinny.
No, that's me.
Oh,
but the whole process of the writing, and not so much the writing per se, but the publishing aspect of it, because that's going to be my next step, and I'm not real sure how to go about that. I think self-publishing is probably the way, because trying to get a publisher,
But are there kind of, when you self-publish, are there kind of like inherent limitations to that, or?
Yeah, I haven't done enough research on it yet. I will, because clearly I'm not done yet, and it's going to be a while. We'll figure it out as we go along. As I get closer to the finish of the book, I'll do a little more research on that. But my big thing is, I'm not really doing this for money, obviously.
No.
But if there's a way to get paid for it, then why not?
Why not? That's right. When you get into the zone for writing, is it a big orchestrated production? Like, I know when you masturbate, you like to light candles and have some fucking incense going and stuff like that.
Patchouli oil all around your neck.
Yes, true.
Yeah. Believe me, I appreciate the FaceTime. But so when you write, is it just like spur of the moment? I can't sleep. I feel like cranking some shit out, or well, but do you just set aside time?
No.
Send Connie outside to fucking rake the leaves, and you're gonna do some writing.
You have been spying on me.
Yeah, I don't only sleep under Lopez's window.
No, it's just whenever I get to it, honestly. But speaking of that whole masturbation thing, how's Stezo's picture?
Oh, you know what it is? I have a tongue groove oak ceiling, and for some reason, I guess it's the grooves. I can't get it to stick to this fucking ceiling. So what I've been doing is I've been laying it face down next to me in bed, and I'm gonna try to stick it up there again in a day or two, and I guarantee that fucker ain't coming down.
They have those document protectors at like Office Depot and shit, and you can put it in that and maybe heat seal it, and then put it in your shower.
Oh yeah, that's actually that's what I asked Tizo for Christmas. If you could just set me up with that, with just like 4 suction cups, just.
You know what you should do? Like the banner that's over there for DGen X, you should get one of those inside-outside vinyl banners and just post that in your shower. That way you don't have to worry about it getting ruined.
That's not a bad. You know, if I set it up just right, I could have Steezo like set up under the shower head and like the heel of justice pointing straight down into the drain.
Wow. I am so uncomfortable right now.
Listen, Steezo, not for nothing. I'm just talking about a fucking image of you. Andy's been planning your fucking Thanksgiving rape now for about 3 weeks.
It's not rape. Can
Steezo does not seem 100% willing. I'm not saying he's not a little on board.
Well, if it'll make you feel any better, I invited Stella.
I'm there.
But did Rail bring his happy ass back in, or are you still unsupervised?
No, Rail is back in supervised in the studio.
Okay. Thank God.
Is he making another batch of meth? He had to go check on it, or what?
Yeah, pretty much. I was wondering why there was a 1963 Winnebago parked in the fucking driveway.
Yeah, I had to move it to a mobile lab because I had it in the lot between mine and Anthony's house. And, well, I owe Anthony a back deck now, so.
Yeah, I was wondering why you had those scorch marks on your forehead.
So the deck that you owe him, is that just for payment, or did you actually take it out when you were back in the Winnebago Inn?
No, it was actually before I got to Winnebago. It was a batch gone wrong. His deck
story of my life right there.
Yeah, I can relate to a batch gone wrong.
Woof. Ooh, man. Is it hot in here? Or is it just me?
Sheesh, I tell you.
But I want to get back to let's go back a 5. We could do the whole Scooby-Doo thing, you know. Talk about
before you came out of the closet.
I don't want to go back that far.
Okay.
But
so this morning?
Yeah, sure. Whatever works for you in your mind. I really am serious about this whole care package thing. And so I want to brainstorm with you guys later and see what the best way to go about doing that is.
Well, you're at a disadvantage already if you want to brainstorm with the fucking other 3 guys.
Touche. Anyway. All right, let me try to get some ideas from you. Scratch the whole brainwashing thing. Brainstorming thing.
I think you had it right.
Yeah, you're probably right. Anyway, you know, I'm glad that DGen X finally got that commercial going. That was pretty good.
The what?
And I was just wondering about
the nicotine?
Yeah, that. I was just wondering about I don't know, that mix that I was asking somebody about, but you know, we'll save that for another day.
Yeah. Well, now that I have free time again, I should be able to get that out.
You have free time again?
Yeah.
How'd that happen? You work 70 hours a week.
Yeah, there's that. I don't know. Because I don't have to process this fucking commercial through my head fucking 70 hours a week before I fucking actually sit down and make it.
Yeah, unlike
it has
other
to come
people.
together, man. For me, Rail can get on there and knock out a 12 Days of Christmas carol for Facebook or LTR in a heartbeat. I need a more creative process than that. My creative process is longer, I should say.
Does it involve recharging your microphone at all?
No, it absolutely has nothing to do with that. No.
What Steve was trying to say is I can knock out a Christmas Carol in an hour, but quality takes time.
No, I'm not. No. I'm not saying quality at all because I love both the Christmas carols. I honestly do. No, I'm fucking OCD. I'm meticulous. I need to know what the music in the background is before. That's what I have to find first before it can ever be put together. Which means me spending a lot of time going through 1990s rap songs for that commercial at least, because it was it worked. Whatever.
Fucking Roy throws out in the room. This isn't exactly a Mensa meeting.
No, this is
Captain Obvious.
Yeah. I'm surprised you could spell Mensa.
Yeah.
It's more like a Menses meeting, if you know what I mean. Heavy flow. Just bleeding the fuck out.
More of a Mencia fucking meeting. Everyone's still knowing everybody's fucking jokes.
Yeah, right. That fucking guy.
So, pretty interesting that Rail won some political positions in Northeast Pennsylvania. That was
well, it's not that weird. I mean, what did he win? Fucking reverse cowgirl, right? And then
yeah, he won reverse cowgirl, and there was one
donkey punch. Was it donkey punch?
Yeah.
Now when they fuck us, we can really say we got railed.
I didn't know what positions we were talking about here. I just heard positions and had to go with it.
And rail.
As we're all kind of trying to think of different things to do to try to help people out for the holiday season and beyond that, I do want to commend Rail. I do understand that Rail has received a request from the Make-A-Wish Foundation that there are some young children that would just like to meet Rail and spend some time with him. And I guess the upshot is that after they beat Rail, dying of fucking cancer ain't going to seem so bad.
No.
Oh, how long did it take you to come up with that one?
That one was on the fly.
Flew right the fuck away, too.
Yeah.
I don't remember if it was in the pre-show or during the show. Our guest Mark asked if we did open mic.
Yeah, I was. My response to that was going to be, we can't do open mic because we can't guarantee an entire audience will have the low IQ and easy fucking laugh that the four of us have. So
we could if we were in Kentucky.
Oh, fair enough. Fair enough.
I just got a text from Stezo, and that's because I sent him a text.
Yeah, 10 minutes ago.
Right after he got done ranting about how he can't stand getting messages during the show.
Oh, yeah, but
so
no.
He's called down.
That was on Messenger. Yeah, my notifications on my phone are turned off, but when I'm monitoring the show and you message me on fucking Facebook, it pops up and it fucking eats my ass.
So what you're saying is you want us to message you then?
No. I want you to eat my ass. Yeah, I want you to eat my ass. Yes, but I want you to fucking message me during the fucking show.
Yeah.
Move, Jerry. What I love is that Rail is all bundled up in his fucking shit. And he's over there in a fucking short sleeve t-shirt, still sweating.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. Steezer reminded me I had a little embarrassing incident today too. I was actually messaging with Rail. We actually, interestingly enough, we were trading Steezo pictures, as we often do. And Rail got annoyed. He gets very impatient when I don't respond quick enough. And I had to admit to him that I was bleaching my asshole. I just couldn't fucking respond as fast as he wanted me to.
How many gallons of bleach did it take?
Usually I get the 4-gallon box of the Clorox, and that usually takes care of most of the outer area.
Oh wait, so you're bleaching your rectum as well?
Oh yeah, doesn't everybody?
No.
I mean, if I'm suffering from a prolapse that particular week, then it does take a little more. But
wait a minute, what do you mean that particular week?
Well, no, this was a slow week. I was too busy working to work the glory hole. His honor, Rail had to fill in for me most of the days.
His grace,
Rail. We've actually now that Rail is elected official, we've raised his price from $3 to $5 at the glory hole. So it's a fucking win-win.
Well, that's funny because
and they say there's gender inequality.
Not here, baby.
Yeah, I'm so proud of you, Rail. I think I'm going to get you a new pair of knee pads for Christmas. That floor's got to be and he's flipping me off.
I'm proud of Rail every time he successfully feeds himself.
So many
We're not all fucking professionals at it like you are.
That was an underhand lob right over the plate.
That was a softball.
Slow pitch.
Is your left arm hurting by any chance, Vinny? Do you have any jaw pain, shortness of breath, chest pain?
No, not for the last 10 minutes.
The night is young.
The night is young.
So the contractions are down to 10 minutes. All right, good. We're on pace here.
No, my defibrillator and my backup defibrillator seem to be working fine, so I should be good.
Did you wire those yourself? Because I'm concerned.
I wired them to a car battery.
I thought you wired them to Rails. I thought you wired them to Rails' fucking generator.
No, because I wired that fucking thing. I don't.
Yeah,
I need that thing to work.
I just want to throw out a congratulations to Steezo. It looks like we're going on 2 weeks now. Look how he perked up. Wasn't that awesome? It looks like we're going on 2 weeks now of failing to break Steezo.
Unbroken Steezo. But
Yeah.
Ahmed is young. And Vinny's not.
We could actually even, title that as Brokeback Steezo.
No.
No?
I don't think that's called for or appropriate or any of that. Trying
At least not until the Friday after Thanksgiving.
Yeah, dummy. It's Brokeback Banjo.
Dude, that could be like somebody that could actually draw could make a comic book series over that, Brokeback Banjo versus the Heel of Justice.
I hate all of you equally.
Well, at least it's equal.
Equally, that's a step in the right direction.
I hope 2 of the 3 of you die of sleep apnea tonight in your fucking sleep.
Very
Preferably
possible.
the 2 on camera. Rail, I hope you get deported.
I'm going for aneurysm, but that's fine.
Well, I'd still want to say congratulations. It's
Why you can because you're congratulating me because you guys haven't been funny enough to break me. What the fuck is that? That's shooting the show in the foot.
I was thinking the exact same thing. And the last time you got broken, we had a pinch hitter come in and do it.
Yeah,
true.
We had the red bra statement, I believe it was.
Yes.
Well, it's just because I'm looking out for you, man. I'm proud of you.
Oh, it's great when you guys talk at the same time and talk over each other and nobody hears any of it. It's great.
Speaking of, are you guys Sandler fans? Adam Sandler?
Not as big as I used to be.
Right. Well,
I like his older stuff is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I want to bring you back to the Billy Madison days.
Okay.
And his stand-up routines when he was always talking his gibberish.
Do it. So I was surfing through Amazon Prime movies and shows yesterday, and I came across this paranormal show, and it was obviously full of shit. But they had this one lady on there that was supposed to have gotten possessed or whatever, and I fucking was crying laughing, man, because she was supposed to be speaking in tongues or whatever it was. It sounded just like fucking Billy Madison with his fucking gibberish, dude. And
I'm glad you found that. I had heard Pornhub had an outage yesterday.
and Connie's looking at me like, why are you laughing, Sar? This is supposed to be scary. It's a fucking scary thing about this shit. I wish I could remember the name of it, but it was. I'll send you guys a link later. But I was dying, man. I was fucking dying.
Is Connie sleeping? She doesn't remember the name?
Yep, she's out.
Oh, I'm passed out. I mean, whatever. Sleeping, Rohypnol, whatever she has to take to stay there with you, whatever.
Propofol, motherfucker. It's good enough for Michael Jackson. And she looks young enough to be a fucking kid, so hey, win-win.
And she still falls for that wooden box under the bed trick, huh?
You shut your mouth. You shut your fucking mouth right now, mister. How dare you?
You save the return fucking shipping crate?
Yeah. You saying that like I'm stupid or something.
I mean, it makes sense. The hole's already drilled in it for air.
That's right.
Yeah, just throw some lettuce and a bottle of water in there, and she's good to go.
Fucking A. You guys
Was she a
act like
fucking
I haven't-
rabbit?
Well, you know, put some lumpia or something in there. It'll be all right. You guys act like I haven't thought this out.
Oh, I mean,
thoroughly.
it's not like she's not going in the box under chloroform anyways. You know, she's going to sleep for a while. She'll be halfway there by the time she wakes up.
True story. True story. Yeah, just throw some adult diapers on her. It's all good. You don't want that shit leaking out because that alerts fucking customs agents.
Now,
and shit.
is the return address the Philippines or is it Stockholm?
Well, it really depends on what kind of mood I'm in.
Yeah. Andy, do you have enough adult diapers to spare to throw a couple in there? Or are you gonna have to go to CVS and pick them up? Hey, wait a minute. There it is.
Your 2-week stroke or streak is broke.
Oh, let's hope for a stroke.
We got a white man down. We got a white man down.
If you'll excuse me, I'm gonna go take a victory pee.
Anyway, is he kind of? I thought I talked to you about getting that wide angle lens.
That is the wide angle.
Wide angle lens. Get out of my fucking head, you bastard.
She's as wide as she's gonna go, buddy.
But actually across the street from the Shedio.
we have a better chance of getting a skinny fucking Vinny than a wider angle lens.
To answer his question, even though he's not here, is I have plenty to spare because, as you guys know, I have plenty of bottles, so I don't really need them.
That's a good point. You do pee in your empty booze bottles.
I do.
It's just weird that you empty them as fast as you fill them. That's where my main concern lies.
Why is that so weird?
The fact that you don't switch them is really the disconcerting thing for us.
Again, I'm not finding the weird part here.
It's got a little wang in it. Good though.
At least it did while I was going.
Been sipping on the old grandpa's whatever he calls it. Yeah, cough syrup.
I hate it when you guys judge.
Give me that, you. Pull over. No, it's a cardigan.
Thanks for noticing.
That is the funniest stupid movie you'll ever see in your life. I watch it so many fucking times.
Yeah.
Did you say a cardigan or a Carhartt?
No, I said cardigan.
Wow. And there she is. Mrs. Carhartt.
Not tonight.
Yeah, at least until you get home.
The pants.
Just he's wearing pants?
Right. That's true. I am
Is he really
wearing pants in the video, and they are cars.
That's
you only wear those in the video because they're stain proof.
Yes. Yes, you could scrape the potato flakes right off of these.
Are they the duck pants? The duck material?
These are, yeah, and carpenter style.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Your purse pants, right?
Yeah, my purse pants. Yes, I can carry my tampons in one pocket, my defibrillator in the other.
And your plan B in your back pocket.
Yeah.
And you
someday, hopefully, I'm hoping to use it.
You can use that.
When you got here, we were in the video room before. I was like, oh, Vinny just pulled in. Somebody was like, well, I hope he doesn't pull out. I'm like, what are you talking about? I hope that's all he ever does.
You, my parents. Yeah.
Basically,
your guns in the lake and that other thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Frick.
I didn't mean to bring up bad times. I know how much you miss your guns.
I totally meant to bring up bad times. But I answered your question. Unfortunately, you were out there fondling yourself because I'm pretty sure you weren't peeing. Jesus, what the hell is that?
Jesus Christ.
Holy
oh, my God.
What the fuck is going on?
I have
I'm
no
so
idea.
scared. Vinny, run. Do you have your pistol on you? Shoot whatever that fucking creature is.
You guys brought up a really sensitive thing for Vinny, so I had to.
No, get the tissues.
Yes.
What I found so comical about that, about what Stezo just said, is he said Vinny and run in the same sentence.
Yeah, it was comical. I meant move faster than normal.
Yeah, that's pretty funny too.
Equally comical.
Last time Vinny and Run went together was shit running down my leg.
I was going to say it was a White Castle night.
Yeah.
Vinny and runs.
Pretty much.
Yeah. And that, both ways fit for that. He was running through the door and then running to the shitter afterwards.
Exactly.
Or briskly walking.
Last time Vinny ran, it was to the fucking...
Hey, why don't you guys just talk all over each other? You're welcome, Stezo.
No,
See what happens when you let the B show come on our show?
Fine, go fuck yourself.
I wouldn't be here.
True story. But the question is, would you pull out of yourself?
No, that explains why he looks pregnant.
Exactly.
Oh, I don't even know what to say to that. That's just
Gotta be quick in my neighborhood, nigga.
That's what she said.
Renee throws out in the room that was a bear coon on camera.
Wow.
Now I don't know if she's talking about Vinny or Rail.
Yeah. I have the official Vinny box of tissues right here.
Oh, really? Is that your swag?
That's my swag, yes.
It's just, I find it very weird that that's the rolling station. Rail sits there to roll a cigarette, so I'm assuming those tissues, that's where fucking Vinny sits and rolls his own tampons.
Yeah, I do. I use American Indian hair.
So
what Vinny doesn't realize is that box is also the Rail pre anybody on the show box of tissues. We're just gonna let that go.
What do you use as your string for the tampon? Is it like a mooring line for a ship?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
Pretty much. I braid my own. This box of tissues weighs a lot more than your average box of tissues, and it smells like disappointment and failure. And bleach. And bleach. Yeah, a little bit of bleach. Definitely a little bit. And ever so slight whiff of pineapple juice.
Would you say that it's as heavy as a brick?
His name was not Brick.
Well, that's what you keep calling him.
Well, that's real. Very. It's not no sensitivity. He says he sunk like a brick, but he didn't. He bobbed for a while.
So is his name Bob or Brick? Is Brick a nickname? Is Bob his real name? Where the fuck are we going with this story? What's the fucking kid's name? Hey, your dead kid, the one that drowned with your prized possessions. What's his name?
He's so fucking harsh.
Because I'm tired of you crying on the fucking show all the time. What's the fucking little fucker? What's your fuck trophy's name that you lost in the fucking lake?
I don't know. I've been looking for his birth certificate.
It's probably at the bottom of the lake.
How old was he? 18?
No, he definitely was older than 4, but younger than 16.
That's a huge window, buddy.
I think somewhere in the middle of that. But don't just dismiss the whole situation as prized possessions. It's a lot more than that. I lost 2 kegs of beer that fucking day too.
Wrong.
First it was 1, now it's 2. Come on, make up your mind.
Well, no, there was 3 in total. One I was able.
Oh, I figured one was empty. And
it was actually interesting. The unknown named child was actually, one was empty, so it was pretty buoyant, and he was hanging on to it, and It was hard grabbing that fucking keg away from him. He held on like a bastard. But
well, that's a $110 deposit. I mean, you can't lose money on that.
Yeah, what the fuck? And the pump was in perfect condition.
Right.
Rental. Yeah, I have a responsibility. I signed an agreement. I had a responsibility to return that thing in the condition in which it was given to me. Do we have a twofer? We broke Steezo, and I think Andy might be having a minor heart attack.
Yeah, that was impressive. Wow, 2-in-1 show, plus the bonus of me. He's still going. Look at him. At least he had the wherewithal to shut down the mic.
I just spit my beer in the trash can, you asshole. Mouthful. It was either nose or trash can.
I always knew you were a spitter.
Dude said I signed an agreement.
I'm so happy that you practiced.
I'm a man of my word. I signed an agreement, damn it.
Yeah. Man's got to have honor.
What's your honor? Stay honor. Wait, what?
And if you can't come in her, come on her.
There you go. Buzzing. Another watch list. We're on the liberal misogynist watch list now.
And Andy, you said this fucking story was a dead horse getting beaten, huh? We can fucking turn this all kinds of different ways.
Oh, God.
You want this fucking shitty fucking bit dead? You got to kill me first.
Yeah, we'll let nature take care of that.
Yeah, no shit.
Should
right?
be any second now. Should be any fucking day.
Maybe a week at the fucking out.
So I'd like to hold on.
Let me know when your ankle turns purple. We'll start taking bets.
When?
Purple Earth. That's free. Man,
no, that's not a break. That's not a break. That's a good zing.
I just want to point out, I'm not wearing socks.
Oh, there's nothing like necrosis. It's awesome.
Yeah, you know what? It's at the point where I can give a couple shots of Drakkar, and you don't even smell the body sweat.
Dude said Drakkar like it's 1991. Jesus, up your fucking game, dude. Drakkar, Jesus fucking. Oh shit! You smell like my grandpa.
I was going to say canoe, but I thought you'd find the car funnier.
Oh, he snorted. I'm counting that as a break.
Oh, my God. Are we still live, or is this the after show?
You might as well have said high karate. It smells like high karate.
High karate. You know, my uncle actually did a commercial for that.
No shit?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Way back in the day. We're talking like...
That's so funny. I'm sorry.
We're talking late 50s, early 60s, you know? But that's fucking funny. High karate.
That's so funny because it brings back a serious memory for me. And one of the bathrooms in the house growing up, it was a big thing of Gene Nate next to a big thing of high karate. Yeah, I was definitely lower middle class.
Yeah, you were big pimping.
No, not for me. Those were my parents' equipment.
If that's what you want us to believe, that's fine.
Okay, yeah, it's true. I did like a little after bath splash back in the day.
I'm sure you did.
I'm sure you made a big splash getting in the bathtub.
Yeah. So, does that bring up some other issues that we need to talk about? I don't know. Like,
well, actually, in all reality, my after bath splash was. I'm getting a little tongue-tied here. My after bath splash was Crisco, so that I could get out of the tub.
Even then, huh?
Due to displacement volumes, Vinny could fucking bathe in a gallon of water. He'd pour a gallon of water in, lay down. It would come up over his titties and everything.
Oh, you broke Vinny. That's outstanding. The only one left is Rail.
I love when we throw a little science into the bed.
Now, when you're calculating displacement, I'm pretty sure that's math.
I'm drinking, bitch.
What do you say we wind this up and end on a high note for once?
Well, I just want to bring it into full spectrum here. Like a 14-pound turkey will fit in a turkey fryer with 1 gallon of oil and cook. So now put that in the bathtub. And
I can fill my bathtub with an eyedropper, is what you're saying.
No, let's not get silly. Let's not get silly.
I see what you did there. Eyedropper, full spectrum. Buzzing. That reminds us of one of our sponsors. Speaking of, BlueLineFarms.com.
Yep.
For all your CBD needs. But real quick before we punch out, I do want to one more time say I'm very serious about doing something for the troops. And since you two fucks can't brainstorm with me, I guess I have to come up with this shit on my own. But yeah, I'll figure something out, and we'll put some info out on the page and in the group, and then we'll just go from there. You guys know what a shotgun is, right?
I'm hoping Vinny calls it a toothbrush in the morning, but yeah.
Different kind of shotgun. This is me shotgunning Vinny, saying, "Hey, Vinny, why don't you take us out?"
Oh snap! No go.
I don't have my list of sponsors.
You fucking douchebag. Well, then we'll leave that one. We'll leave that one list out, or that one crushing whatever the fuck. I don't know. Anyway, hey folks, thanks for listening. Glad you tuned in to our fuckery, and I'd like to thank our sponsors: BlueLineFarms.com. That's PHARMS.com. Coat of Arms Gun Coating. Crushing Soul Dreams Contracting, and Matches Productions. What's that?
Crushing Donuts.
Yeah, Crushing Donuts. Locust Ridge LLC for all your graphic design needs. I'm forgetting somebody here. Help me out. IronBeanCoffee.com and our golf course that I keep forgetting for some damn reason.
Cliff Park Golf.
Thank you. I have a mental block on that for some reason. I don't know. Anyway, thanks for listening, guys. And if you're a Patreon member, you can catch the post show.
And if I may add, if you want to participate in the Hemlock Farms toy drive for Zipper Junction Project, contact Mike Barone on Facebook.
Word. He'll be crushing dreams.
Yes.
Peace.